Above his head, he broke off 2 long branches, handing this one to the other, and knocked down the spider webs and spun across the trail. The Jeep kept moving. And the Jeep wobbled on down the uneven path. Dampness still lingered, and the cool mist from the morning created a hazy curtain over the tall grasses and clusters of bushes alongside the path. The spider put me on alert. I was scanning the treetops for more of those anacrids when I saw a long spotted neck from behind a branch just 20 feet off the trail. Ransom pointed with his branch over the high grass. Giraffes! Abel stopped the Jeep. A shared ooh went up from all the adventurers with me in the Jeep. Unsure if the startled animal would move toward us, we sat quietly. A small swallow chirped and flapped a high branch right nearby. Slowly the click-click of camera started to shudder. The curious face with 2 stubby horns on top of its head looked straight at us and continued munching its mouthfuls of grass from the trees. I reached for my camera, framing a little hazy form. And as I fiddled with that zoom lens setting, I was more pleased with the awkward image in that lens, personally nodding to me, than the quality of the picture. My favorite animal, having breakfast in its own backyard. Now that's why I'm here on safari. I put down the camera after a few shots and leaned forward, captivated by the grace and curious glances until the giraffe disappeared behind a cluster of trees, leaving only the rustling of leaves behind. I'm sharing their world today, just in brief glimpses. Then the shortwave radio went off, and Abel, the driver, turned it off. The British accents on there were squawking, but they would disturb us. Abel shouted, "Lion spotted ahead." Hearing that, Ransom, the other person, scrambled down from the folded up perch at the front of the Jeep and then scooted inside next to Abel. "We're going in," Abel said. Bubbles of sweat popped up along the side of his dark face as he made a quick glance at us over his shoulder. And he said, "They are used to Jeep noises, but still they're wild animals." I watched Abel's jaw tighten. Although he didn't say danger, I could see he sensed it. Coco next to me gave a wild glance, her eyelids fluttering. Another woman, Lynn's arm shot above her head, pumping with enthusiasm. With an abrupt turn, Abel headed the Jeep off the path and into the tall grass, its wheels grinding over small bushes and pushing back low limbs. We hung tightly to the iron armrest, ducking constantly as thorny branches flew close to our heads. I bobbed to avoid the jabs and tried to sway with the rhythm of the lumbering vehicle. The jostling reminded me of riding on a roller coaster, a quick, jerky ride that was in no way this exciting. I peeked across the tall back seat in front of me at the stand of trees where the Jeep could not penetrate, hoping to catch the first glimpse of the lion. When Abel cut the motor, he spoke in low tones. "Lions in the grass are there next to the Jeep. You might not see them yet. Don't stand up, no movement." He flipped off the radio again to end the chatter from the other guides nearby. Our lone Jeep sat in the dense, bushy grass. I pushed down on my edginess and scanned the tall, wheat-colored grass all around the Jeep until a golden eye stared back. 2 tawny bodies of lions were lying close to each other, not 10 feet from where I sat. Only their heads moved as they stared back, calm but attentive. Blood pulsed through my neck, warm and frightening. With one leap, those lions could have torn into our Jeep. And uneasiness held each of us in the Jeep in our seats, just watching them.